Welcome back to SpeakWise Podcast, where you learn to speak English naturally through real conversations, immersive stories, and practical speaking techniques you can use every day. If you're enjoying these lessons, please subscribe and join our community of English learners who are building confidence one conversation at a time. Now, let's begin. Have you ever known exactly what you wanted to say, but when you finally spoke, your voice became quiet, your words became uncertain, and people asked you to repeat yourself? Maybe you started your sentence with, "I'm not sure." Maybe, "I think." Sorry if this is wrong, even though your answer was actually correct. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many English learners don't struggle with vocabulary. They don't struggle with grammar. They struggle with confidence. Today, you're going to discover something surprising. Confident English isn't about using difficult words. It isn't about speaking loudly. It's about speaking clearly, calmly, and believing in what you're saying. By the end of today's lesson, you'll learn how to sound more confident, how to stop hesitating, how to speak with a stronger voice, and how to make people listen naturally. Take one slow, deep breath. Relax. Today, you're going to sound more confident every time you speak English. Let's begin today's story. A few days after the community market, Sarah sends a message to everyone in the SpeakWise Conversation Club. Good morning, everyone. This Saturday, we're attending a local networking event. People from different professions will be there. You'll have the opportunity to meet new people, introduce yourselves, and practice real English conversations. Emma smiles. This sounds exciting. Michael replies, I'm looking forward to it. Ryan sends a thumbs up emoji. Saturday afternoon arrives. The event is held inside a modern community center. Large windows fill the room with warm sunlight. Soft music plays in the background. Small groups of people are talking near coffee tables. Some are discussing business. Others are simply making new friends. Emma takes a deep breath as she walks inside. She feels prepared. She remembers everything she has learned. Ask good questions. Listen carefully. Keep the conversation flowing. She smiles. I can do this. Sarah welcomes everyone. Today isn't about perfect English. Today is about connecting with people. Remember, everyone here is learning something too. Emma nods. That makes me feel better. A few minutes later, Sarah introduces Emma to a young architect named Daniel. Daniel smiles warmly. Hey, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you. Emma smiles. Hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you too. Daniel asks, what do you do? Emma knows exactly what she wants to say. She has practiced this introduction many times, but suddenly, her voice becomes very quiet. Well, I work in marketing. Daniel leans forward slightly. I'm sorry. Could you say that again? Emma repeats herself. Still softly. I work in marketing. Daniel smiles politely. Oh, that's interesting. What kind of marketing? Emma hesitates again. Well, mostly digital marketing. Daniel notes. The conversation continues. But Emma notices something. Daniel often asks her to repeat herself. Not because her English is incorrect, but because she sounds unsure. A few minutes later, Sarah walks over. How's everything going? Emma forces a smile. It was okay, but I don't think I sounded very confident. Sarah smiles gently. Did you know what you wanted to say? Emma nods immediately. Yes. Every answer. Sarah asks another question. Did you use the right grammar? Emma thinks for a moment. Yes. I think so. Sarah smiles. Then your problem wasn't English. It was confidence. Emma looks surprised. Really? Sarah nods. People don't only listen to your words. They also listen to your voice. Your posture. Your pace. Your energy. Confidence is something people hear. Repeat after me. I speak clearly. Repeat. My voice is calm. Repeat. I believe in my words. Repeat. Excellent. Michael joins them. Can I tell you something? Emma smiles. Of course. When we first met, you always whispered your answers. Today, your English is much better. But sometimes, your confidence hasn't caught up yet. Emma laughs. That's exactly how I feel. Sarah smiles. The good news, confidence is a skill. And like every other skill, you can practice it. Repeat after me. Confidence grows with practice. Repeat. Every conversation makes me stronger. Repeat. I sound more confident every day. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah points toward another group across the room. Watch those two people. Emma looks carefully. One woman is speaking slowly. Clearly. She smiles naturally. She doesn't use difficult vocabulary. But everyone is listening. Why? Emma asks. Sarah smiles. Because she believes what she's saying. She isn't rushing. She isn't apologizing. She simply speaks with calm confidence. Emma watches quietly. For the first time, she realizes something. Confidence doesn't come from speaking perfectly. It comes from trusting yourself. Now, it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Sarah says, people hear your confidence before they judge your English. What does she mean? A. Speaking louder than everyone else makes you sound more fluent. B. A calm, clear, and confident voice helps people trust and understand you, even if your English isn't perfect. C. Only native speakers can sound confident in English. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma looks around the room once more. Only a few minutes ago, she believed her English wasn't good enough. Now, she understands the real challenge. She doesn't need more vocabulary. She needs to believe in the English she already knows. And today, she's ready to find her confident voice. Sarah smiles. Emma is still thinking about what happened with Daniel. She knew exactly what she wanted to say. But somehow, her voice sounded uncertain. The conversation continued. Yet she couldn't stop thinking about it. Sarah walks beside her. Emma, can I ask you something? Of course. When you answered Daniel's questions. What were you thinking? Emma smiles nervously. Honestly, I was thinking, I hope I don't make a mistake. Sarah nods. Exactly. That's where hesitation begins. Your brain isn't focused on communication. It's focused on avoiding mistakes. Repeat after me. I focus on communication. Repeat. Mistakes help me improve. Repeat. I speak with confidence. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah leads Emma to a quiet corner of the room. Let's do a simple experiment. Emma smiles. Okay. Introduce yourself exactly as you did a few minutes ago. Emma takes a breath. I'm Emma. I work in marketing. I think. Mostly digital marketing. Sarah smiles kindly. Was your English wrong? Emma shakes her head. No. Was your grammar wrong? No. Sarah nods. Then why didn't you sound confident? Emma thinks for a moment. Because I kept saying and I think. Sarah smiles. Exactly. Many English learners weaken their own message before they even finish the first sentence. Repeat after me. I speak clearly. Repeat. I trust my English. Repeat. I don't apologize for speaking. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah writes 2 sentences in Emma's notebook. I think maybe. I work in marketing. Then she writes another sentence. I work in marketing. Emma smiles. The second one sounds much stronger. Sarah nods. Because confident speakers remove unnecessary words. Not rude, just clear. Repeat after me. I work in marketing. Repeat. I enjoy learning English. Repeat. I'm happy to meet you. Repeat. Excellent. Michael joins them. Can I try something? Sarah smiles. Go ahead. Michael looks at Emma. What's your favorite hobby? Emma answers. Well, I think. Maybe. Reading books. Michael smiles. Now answer again. But don't use well. Don't use maybe. Don't use I think. Emma smiles. Reading books, especially mystery novels. I enjoy reading before bed every evening. Michael smiles. Did you hear the difference? Emma laughs. I sounded much more confident. Sarah nods. Because you removed hesitation. Repeat after me. I enjoy reading. Repeat. My favorite hobby is. Repeat. I really enjoy. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now let's learn something very important. Being confident doesn't mean speaking loudly. Emma looks surprised. It doesn't? Sarah shakes her head. No. Some of the most confident people speak quietly, but they speak clearly. They don't rush. They don't mumble. And they don't hide behind uncertain words. Repeat after me. I speak clearly. Repeat. I speak calmly. Repeat. People understand me. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Let's practice speaking speed. Many learners become nervous. Then they speak too quickly. Listen carefully. Emma says, Hi Emma, I work in marketing and I love digital marketing. Everyone laughs. Sarah smiles. Now, try again. Take a small pause. Emma smiles. Hi, I'm Emma. I work in marketing. I specialize in digital marketing. Michael nods. Much better. Ryan smiles. You sound completely different. Emma laughs. I didn't even change the words. Sarah smiles. Exactly. Confidence often comes from your rhythm, not your vocabulary. Repeat after me. Slow is smooth. Repeat. Smooth is confident. Repeat. Clear is powerful. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now let's practice answering questions naturally. Olivia asks, Why are you learning English? Emma smiles. Because I want to communicate with people from around the world. Olivia smiles. Excellent. Now answer again. But start with, Sorry. I'm not really sure. Emma laughs. Sorry. I'm not really sure. I guess. Because I want to communicate. Sarah raises her hand. Stop there. How did that sound? Emma laughs. Much less confident. Sarah nods. Exactly. Unless you truly need to apologize. Don't begin every answer with sorry. Native speakers usually don't. Repeat after me. Because I want to. Repeat. The reason is. Repeat. One of my goals is. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now, it's time for today's native tip. Confident speakers often begin their answers with simple, direct phrases. For example, I believe. In my experience. From my point of view. The reason is. These expressions sound calm, professional, and natural. Repeat after me. In my experience. Repeat. From my point of view. Repeat. The reason is. Repeat. Wonderful. Sarah smiles. Let's finish with one more practice conversation. Ryan asks, What's your biggest goal this year? Emma smiles confidently. My biggest goal is to become a more confident English speaker. Ryan smiles. Why is that important to you? Emma answers. Because English allows me to connect with people from different cultures. Michael smiles. That sounded excellent. Emma laughs. It felt different too. I wasn't trying to sound perfect. I was simply expressing my thoughts. Sarah smiles proudly. That's exactly the goal. Confidence doesn't begin with perfect English. It begins the moment you stop doubting every sentence you say. Repeat after me. I trust my voice. Repeat. I express my ideas clearly. Repeat. Every conversation builds my confidence. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Sarah says, Confident speakers remove unnecessary hesitation. What does she mean? A. You should speak as fast as possible. B. You should avoid weakening your message with unnecessary words like maybe, or constant apologies, and instead express your ideas clearly and calmly. C. Confident speakers never pause while talking. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma closes her notebook and smiles. Only a short time ago, she believed confidence came from knowing more English. Now, she realizes confidence comes from trusting the English she already knows. And that simple change is beginning to transform the way she speaks. Sarah smiles. Emma is beginning to understand something important. Confidence isn't only about the words you choose. It's also about how you deliver them. She looks around the networking event. Some people are speaking loudly. Others are speaking softly. But the people who attract attention all have one thing in common. They speak with purpose. Emma turns to Sarah. How can I sound more confident without pretending to be someone I'm not? Sarah smiles. That's a wonderful question. You don't need a different personality. You only need better habits. Repeat after me. I speak with purpose. Repeat. My voice is calm and clear. Repeat. I believe in what I say. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah leads Emma to another small group. Everyone is introducing themselves. A young woman smiles. Hi everyone. My name is Sophia. I'm a graphic designer. I love creating digital art. Her voice is calm. She speaks at a comfortable pace. She smiles naturally. When she finishes, everyone nods. Emma whispers. She isn't speaking loudly. Sarah smiles. No. She's speaking clearly. There's a big difference. Repeat after me. Clear is stronger than loud. Repeat. I don't rush my words. Repeat. I let my voice breathe. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah hands Emma a glass of water. Take one sip. Now, before you answer any question today, take one small breath. Emma looks surprised. Just one breath? Sarah nods. Exactly. Confident speakers don't rush to fill every second with words. They pause. They think. Then they speak. Michael smiles. Those tiny pauses actually make you sound more professional. Emma nods. I've never thought about that. Sarah smiles. Let's practice. Ryan asks. Emma, what do you enjoy most about your job? Emma immediately starts speaking. I really enjoy working with creative people because. Sarah raises her hand. Stop. Everyone smiles. Sarah laughs kindly. Now try again. Take one breath first. Emma inhales slowly. She smiles. I really enjoy working with creative people. Every project gives me a chance to learn something new. Ryan smiles. That sounded completely different. Emma laughs. I felt much calmer. Repeat after me. I pause before I speak. Repeat. I stay calm. Repeat. I enjoy sharing my ideas. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now let's practice another skill. Emphasizing important words. Emma looks curious. What does that mean? Sarah writes one sentence. I really enjoy learning English. She reads it normally. Then she reads it again. This time, she gives extra energy to one word. I really enjoy learning English. Emma smiles. That sounds much stronger. Sarah nods. Confident speakers don't make every word equally important. They highlight the key idea. Repeat after me. I really enjoy meeting new people. Repeat. I'm excited to improve my English. Repeat. This experience has helped me a lot. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now let's work on eye contact. Emma laughs. I always look at the floor when I'm nervous. Sarah nods. Many learners do. But confident communication isn't only about your voice. It's also about where your attention goes. When you look at the person you're speaking to, you show respect, interest, and confidence. Michael smiles. You don't need to stare. Just look naturally. Emma nods. I can do that. Sarah smiles. Let's practice. Daniel walks back over. Hi again, Emma. Emma smiles. This time, she looks at Daniel. Hey, Daniel. It's nice to see you again. Daniel smiles. You sound different. Emma laughs. Hopefully better. Daniel nods. Definitely. What do you enjoy most about working in marketing? Emma takes one slow breath. She smiles. I enjoy understanding people. Every project teaches me how people think and make decisions. Danielle nods. That's a great answer. Emma notices something. She didn't rush. She didn't look away. She didn't apologize. She simply answered. Repeat after me. I speak with confidence. Repeat. I look at the person I'm speaking to. Repeat. I enjoy sharing my ideas. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now, let's learn another habit of confident speakers. They finish their sentences. Emma looks confused. Don't most people do that? Sarah smiles. Not when they're nervous. Many learners slowly lower their voice before the sentence ends. Listen carefully. Emma says quietly. I really enjoy learning English. Her voice almost disappears. Sarah smiles. Now try again. Finish your sentence with the same energy. Emma smiles. I really enjoy learning English because it helps me connect with people from all over the world. Michael smiles. That sounded much stronger. Ryan nods. You sounded sure of yourself. Emma laughs. I actually felt more confident. Sarah smiles. Because your body follows your voice. The more confidently you speak, the more confident you begin to feel. Repeat after me. I finish every sentence clearly. Repeat. My voice stays strong. Repeat. Confidence grows every day. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now it's time for today's native tip. Most confident speakers are not trying to impress anyone. They're simply trying to communicate clearly. They slow down. They breathe. They smile. They finish their thoughts. And they trust themselves. You can do exactly the same thing. Repeat after me. I trust myself. Repeat. I speak clearly. Repeat. Every conversation makes me stronger. Repeat. Wonderful. Sarah smiles. Let's finish with one final practice. Olivia asks. Emma, if you could give one piece of advice to someone learning English, what would it be? Emma takes one slow breath. She smiles. My advice is simple. Don't wait until your English is perfect. Start speaking today. Every conversation teaches you something new. Every mistake helps you grow. And every small step brings you closer to confidence. The room becomes quiet. Several people smile. Danielle notes. That was inspiring. Emma smiles. Thank you. Sarah looks at Emma proudly. Did you notice what changed? Emma nods. Yes. I didn't change my English. I changed the way I spoke. Sarah smiles. Exactly. Confidence isn't hidden inside difficult vocabulary. It's already inside you. You simply have to let people hear it. Repeat after me. My voice matters. Repeat. My ideas are valuable. Repeat. I speak with confidence every day. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Sarah says, confidence is heard before it's explained. What does she mean? A. People only care about advanced vocabulary. B. A calm voice, natural pauses, clear pronunciation, and steady delivery often make a stronger impression than complicated words. C. You should speak louder than everyone else to sound confident. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. As Emma looks around the room, she realizes something she has never noticed before. The people who seem the most confident aren't trying to sound impressive. They're simply comfortable sharing their thoughts. And, for the first time, Emma begins to sound exactly the same. Sarah smiles. Emma has learned to speak more clearly. She has learned to slow down. She has learned to trust her own voice. Now, it's time for the biggest challenge of the day. Using confident English in real situations. Emma takes a deep breath. I'm ready. Sarah smiles. I know you are. Remember, confidence isn't something you wait to feel. It's something you practice. Repeat after me. I practice confidence every day. Repeat. I trust my voice. Repeat. I enjoy speaking English. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah gathers everyone together. For the final activity, you'll work in pairs. Each person will introduce themselves, share an opinion, answer an unexpected question, and politely disagree with one idea, just like real life. Emma smiles. This feels like a real conversation. Sarah nods. Because it is. Daniel walks over again. Would you like to work together? Emma smiles. I'd love to. They find a quiet table near the window. Sunlight fills the room. People continue chatting around them. Danielle smiles. Let's begin. Tell me a little about yourself. Emma takes one slow breath. She smiles naturally. Hi. My name is Emma. I work in digital marketing. I enjoy helping businesses connect with people through creative ideas. In my free time, I love reading, traveling, and improving my English. Danielle smiles. That was clear, confident, and easy to understand. Emma laughs. Thank you. It felt much more natural. Repeat after me. My name is. Repeat. I work in. Repeat. In my free time. Repeat. Excellent. Danielle smiles. Now I'd like to hear your opinion. Do you think technology has improved communication? Emma pauses for 1 second. She smiles. From my point of view, technology has made communication much easier. We can connect with people around the world in seconds. However, I also believe face-to-face conversations are still very important. Danielle notes. Interesting. Why do you think that? Emma smiles. Because real conversations help us build stronger relationships. We can understand emotions more easily, and we create deeper connections. Danielle smiles. I completely agree. Sarah watches from across the room. She smiles proudly. Emma is speaking with confidence. Not because she's using difficult words, because she's expressing simple ideas clearly. Repeat after me. From my point of view. Repeat. I believe. Repeat. In my experience. Repeat. Excellent. A few minutes later, Daniel asks another question. If you could live in any country, where would you choose? Emma smiles. I'd probably choose Canada. Daniel looks surprised. Really? Why Canada? Emma smiles. Because I love nature. I enjoy peaceful places. And I'd love to experience all 4 seasons. Daniel laughs. I was expecting you to say Australia. Emma laughs too. Australia would also be amazing. Both of them smile. The conversation feels relaxed. Natural. Comfortable. Sarah walks over. Excellent work. Now let's make it a little more challenging. Emma smiles. I'm ready. Sarah nods. Daniel, ask Emma a question she isn't expecting. Daniel thinks for a moment. Emma, what's one habit you'd like to change about yourself? Emma pose. She takes one slow breath. Instead of panicking, she smiles. That's an interesting question. I'd like to become more patient. Sometimes I expect results too quickly. But I'm learning that progress takes time. Daniel smiles. That's a thoughtful answer. Emma laughs. A few weeks ago, I would have been terrified by that question. Sarah smiles. What changed? Emma thinks for a moment. I stopped trying to find perfect answers. Now, I simply answer honestly. Repeat after me. That's an interesting question. Repeat. Let me think for a moment. Repeat. Here's what I believe. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Now let's practice something many learners find difficult. Politely disagreeing. Emma smiles. I usually avoid disagreement. Sarah nods. Many people do. But confident speakers know how to disagree respectfully. Listen carefully. Daniel says, I think online learning is better than classroom learning. Emma smiles. I understand your point, but I see it a little differently. I think both methods have advantages. Online learning offers flexibility, but classrooms provide more personal interaction. Daniel smiles. That's a great perspective. Sarah nods proudly. Excellent. Emma didn't argue. She simply shared another opinion. Repeat after me. I understand your point. Repeat. I see it a little differently. Repeat. That's an interesting perspective. Repeat. Excellent. Michael joins the conversation. Emma, can I ask one final question? Of course. What's the biggest difference between today's Emma and the Emma who first joined SpeakWise? Emma smiles quietly. The old Emma was always worried about making mistakes. The new Emma knows mistakes are part of learning. The old Emma waited until she felt confident. The new Emma understands that confidence comes from speaking, not waiting. Everyone smiles. Sarah nods proudly. That's a lesson every English learner needs to hear. Repeat after me. I grow through practice. Repeat. Every conversation teaches me something. Repeat. Confidence comes from action. Repeat. Excellent. Now it's time for today's native tip. Confident English isn't about having the perfect answer. It's about responding calmly, sharing your ideas honestly, and respecting the opinions of others. People remember how you make them feel, much more than the exact words you use. Repeat after me. I stay calm. Repeat. I express my ideas clearly. Repeat. I respect different opinions. Repeat. Wonderful. Now it's time for today's listening challenge. Listen carefully. Sarah says, confident people don't need to win every conversation. They simply communicate with honesty and respect. What does she mean? A. You should always prove that your opinion is correct. B. Real confidence comes from expressing your thoughts clearly, listening to others, and respecting different viewpoints without fear. C. You should avoid sharing your opinions in English. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma looks around the room. Only a few weeks ago, introducing herself felt difficult. Sharing an opinion felt stressful. Answering unexpected questions felt impossible. Today, she's doing all three with a calm smile. For the first time, she isn't trying to sound like a perfect English speaker. She's simply being herself. And somehow, that's exactly what makes her sound confident. The networking event is slowly coming to an end. The conversations become quieter. People begin exchanging business cards. Some promise to stay in touch. Others take one last cup of coffee before leaving. Emma looks around the room. Only a few hours ago, she walked into this building feeling nervous. Now, she feels completely different. Sarah walks over with a warm smile. Emma, how are you feeling? Emma laughs softly. Honestly, I feel proud of myself. Sarah smiles. Why? Emma thinks for a moment. Because today, I wasn't trying to sound like a perfect English speaker. I was simply trying to communicate. And, for the first time, that felt enough. Repeat after me. I communicate with confidence. Repeat. I trust my voice. Repeat. I enjoy speaking English. Repeat. Excellent. Just then, the event organizer walks toward their group. Excuse me. Before everyone leaves, would anyone like to share one thing they learned today? The room becomes quiet. Several people look at each other. No one speaks. Emma feels her heart beating faster. A few weeks ago, she would have looked down at the floor. She would have hoped someone else would answer. Today, she slowly raises her hand. I'd like to share something. The organizer smiles. Please. Everyone turns toward Emma. She takes one slow breath. She smiles naturally. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emma. Today I learned something much more valuable than new vocabulary. I learned that confidence doesn't come from speaking perfect English. It comes from trusting yourself enough to speak. A few months ago, I believed I had to know every word before joining a conversation. Now, I understand that communication is more important than perfection. When we stop worrying about mistakes, we finally start connecting with people. And that's what language is really about. Thank you. The room becomes silent for a moment. Then, people begin applauding. Daniel smiles. That was excellent. Michael nods proudly. You sounded completely different today. Ryan laughs. You looked like a confident public speaker. Emma smiles. Thank you. Sarah walks over. Emma, did you notice something? Emma nods. Yes. I wasn't thinking about grammar. I wasn't searching for perfect words. I was simply sharing an idea. Sarah smiles. Exactly. That's what confidence feels like. Repeat after me. I share my ideas. Repeat. My voice deserves to be heard. Repeat. Confidence grows every day. Repeat. Excellent. The organizer smiles. Before everyone leaves, I'd like to ask one final question. What advice would you give to someone who is afraid to speak English? Emma smiles. She no longer hesitates. She no longer looks at the floor. She simply answers. Start before you feel ready. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Don't wait for perfect pronunciation. Every conversation teaches you something. Every mistake makes you stronger. The only way to become confident is to keep speaking. Several people nod. One woman smiles. I needed to hear that today. Emma smiles back. I'm glad. Sarah quietly watches from the side. She doesn't say anything. She simply smiles. Because she knows. Emma has changed. Not only her English, but the way she believes in herself. Repeat after me. I believe in myself. Repeat. Every conversation helps me grow. Repeat. I become more confident every day. Repeat. Excellent. The group walks outside together. The evening air feels cool and fresh. The city lights begin to shine. Michael looks at Emma. Remember your first day at SpeakWise? Emma laughs. How could I forget? I could barely introduce myself. Ryan smiles. Today you spoke in front of an entire room. Emma nods. I never imagined I could do that. Sarah smiles. That's because confidence isn't something people are born with. It's something they build. One conversation. One sentence. One brave moment at a time. Emma looks up at the evening sky. She smiles quietly. She realizes something. Her vocabulary didn't magically double. Her grammar didn't suddenly become perfect. What changed? Was her mindset? She stopped asking herself, what if I make a mistake? She started asking, how can I share my idea? And that one change changed everything. Repeat after me. My ideas matter. Repeat. I speak with purpose. Repeat. My confidence grows through action. Repeat. Excellent. Sarah smiles. Before we say goodbye today, I want you to remember one sentence. Your voice is valuable long before your English becomes perfect. Never let fear silence an idea that could inspire someone else. Emma smiles. I'll remember that. Michael nods. May too. Ryan smiles. I think all of us will. Sarah laughs. That's exactly why we're here. Not to become perfect, but to become confident communicators. Repeat after me. I speak with courage. Repeat. I express myself clearly. Repeat. Every day I become a better English speaker. Repeat. Wonderful. Now it's time for today's final listening challenge. Listen carefully. Sarah says, confidence is built every time you choose to speak instead of staying silent. What does she mean? A. Confident people never feel nervous. B. Real confidence grows through action. Every time you speak, even with mistakes, you become a little stronger and a little more comfortable communicating in English. C. You should only speak English after you feel completely confident. The correct answer is B. Excellent work. Emma takes one last look at the community center. She remembers the person who walked in that afternoon. Quiet, unsure, afraid of making mistakes. She smiles. That person is still part of her. But now, another version of Emma is growing. Someone who speaks clearly. Someone who trusts her own voice. Someone who understands that confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to speak anyway. Now think in English with me. I speak with confidence. Repeat. My voice is clear. Repeat. My ideas are valuable. Repeat. I don't fear mistakes. Repeat. Every conversation makes me stronger. Repeat. I become more confident every single day. Repeat. Excellent. Take one slow, deep breath. Smile. Today, you discovered that confident English doesn't begin with perfect grammar. It doesn't begin with advanced vocabulary. It begins the moment you believe your voice deserves to be heard. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on SpeakWise Podcast. If today's lesson helped you sound more confident in English, please subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Your support helps us continue creating free English lessons for learners around the world. If you enjoyed today's lesson, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who wants to speak English with more confidence. Before you go, tell me in the comments, what is one situation where you want to feel more confident speaking English? I'd love to read your answers. Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, keep believing in yourself. And remember, confidence doesn't come before you speak. Confidence comes because you speak. This is SpeakWise Podcast, where every conversation brings you one step closer to confident, natural English. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.